Still emails, huh? So in this part of the video, I'm going to walk you through how to maintain zero inbox. If you do not currently yet have zero inbox, I invite you to go to the first part of this video in which I explain how to achieve zero inbox and why it is important that you do this before setting up the system to maintain your zero inbox. So in order to reduce the effort that your inbox requires of you, which is going to make it a lot simpler to maintain a zero inbox, there are a couple of strategies that I use. So the first one is to reduce the number of incoming emails. In short, this means unsubscribe from any list that you are no longer interested in receiving the emails of. By law, you need to be able to easily unsubscribe from any automated email list. If you go into an email, you scroll down to the bottom, somewhere, usually in the fine print, you are going to see an option to unsubscribe. If there are other emails which you need to be able to receive, but you don't actually have to read them, you are able to set up rules or filters in your email inbox. For example, if it comes from a particular sender or it has a particular word included in it, then it doesn't even show up in your inbox, but it just goes straight to archive. Also, if you have emails that are spam and you can't seem to unsubscribe from them, just go and set up a rule that these emails are going to be immediately deleted. The second strategy I use is process fast. So one thing that I would definitely do is set up once or twice per day, a particular hour during when you do check your emails. You do not want emails to distract you from your work. This being said, you want to check them at least once per workday. Typically, emails are expected to be responded to at a maximum of 24 or 48 hours. When you do check your emails, if you can respond to the email, I would do it immediately. So that's out of your way. One of the advantages of responding quite quickly to emails is that people are not going to need to send you follow-ups anymore, which is also going to reduce the number of emails you're going to get in the first place. If you see an email which you can't respond to immediately because let's say you first need to do something, then note down in your to-do list that you need to do that task and respond to that email. I recommend not treating your inbox as a to-do list. This is just going to conflict with the new messages that you are going to receive later on. This being said, note the tasks that you need to do and responding to the actual email on your actual to-do list. Once you finish the task, go back to your inbox, search for the email in the search box, and then respond to it. I don't necessarily think you need to make sure to do the necessary steps to archive all emails each time you open your email inbox. I do occasionally let a couple of emails sit for a couple of days. You definitely shouldn't beat yourself up for it not being perfect. This being said, on Friday afternoons, before leaving work, I do open my email inbox and try to just take care of what hasn't been taken care of this week. So try to make sure that when you go on weekend, you don't have emails sitting in your inbox. My third strategy is to reduce your outbox. So the reason why I try to reduce the outbox is because the more you send out, the more responses you are going to get also. So I would answer only if necessary. I also answer in a very short, concise format. Use bullet points where applicable. People are going to really appreciate short and clear emails. Also, make sure that you include all of the information in the email that the person is going to need to treat the email on their side. For example, instead of sending an email, "Oh, let's meet," send an email, "Oh, let's meet next week. I'm available Wednesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays between 4 and 6. Just let me know what you prefer and I'll send you a calendar invitation." No extra email. Also, don't CC everyone. Just put as recipients of your email the people who actually need to see your message and skip on the rest. When you respond to an email where there are multiple people who are CC'd, think of responding only to the main person or maybe the couple of people in there where you know that they are going to need to see your response. Also, use update emails. Instead of emailing your boss or colleague each time you receive a piece of information that they are going to need to know, note it down on a list. Let your bosses know that you're switching towards update emails. These can be, for example, weekly or monthly, just whatever time frame on average is acceptable for your bosses or colleagues not to have been informed of the latest updates on your side yet. For example, currently I use monthly update emails. This only works if you're honest enough to not only say the things that work well, but also the things that didn't work so well. I keep a separate list of main updates on the site, and whenever I have an information that I know I will want to include in the update mail, I just write it in there and put myself a reminder on every first of the month, copy, paste that into an email, and then just send it off. There are two main advantages to using update emails. The first one is that instead of sending 10 emails, you are going to send only one email with maybe only 8 bullet points because 2 points have been resolved by then. Update emails are also a great place to ask someone to do something. The second advantage is that this forces you to learn to trust yourself because you are essentially prohibiting yourself of sending emails that are just going to make you look busy and look like you're working, even though they might not contribute any actual value in terms of information at that point. So overall, everything that I mentioned here can be boiled down into a couple of easy rules to remember. First of all, check your email once or twice every workday at the same time. Then check again on Friday afternoons before leaving work. When you receive emails, if this is from an email list you're no longer interested in, unsubscribe. If this is spam, block it. If you want to have it in your archive but don't need to read it, set up a filter. If you need to respond to this email but can't do it yet because you need to do something else before, add that task to your to-do list and either archive or flag that email. If the email does not require an action, archive it. In order for this system to work, here are a couple of one-time things you need to do. The first one is set up a to-do list if you don't have one. The second thing is set up an update list if you don't have one. Finally, consider setting up an out-of-office message mentioning the date when you'll be back. That way people know that you will not be responding to them, and they also have the option of figuring it out with one of your colleagues, for example. If it's really important that you do it, they'll come back to you when you're back at the office. There you go. I hope these tricks will help you cut down on the processing time of your emails and enable you to keep a near zero inbox. I wish you all the best. Thank you for being here. Bye.